What is going on, guys? Today is Monday and it's about to get crazy. So, I had to do this little recap video. Yeah, my trade was, not ideal that I wanted to, but it still happened and I made $100 today, which isn't bad. I mean, compared to all my other days, it is really bad. But, anyways, green is green, right? But the reason why I'm excited about today is because, yeah, the market ended pretty good, but overall it was, bearish most of the day. You're starting to see a lot of these traders who are so-called traders leave the market. Me personally, I enjoy it because it gets rid of the weak hands and it shows you who are in it to be in it and those of you who are in it to be in it, if you know what I mean. Um, so I'm excited. Even though the market's red, honestly, I hope it bleeds out for the next few days, just so he can get rid of more weak hands and teach those who actually want to learn how to trade to be able to trade. Because not only will I teach you, but the market will teach you too. So, um, yeah, this video recap here is going to be really good, guys. I'm going to show you just kind of briefly how I, profit in, down markets even as a bull trader. You still have the potential to be a bull. You just got to look at it a certain way. Those of you guys that are, subscribed to the alerts and stuff like that, especially the video library, what I'm going to do is a little bit more in-depth video just for you guys, not for people who have a course, but just for you guys who have the alerts and stuff like that. I'm going to put a video up shortly. I'm going to try to do it sometime this week. That'll go in more detail about being able to still be a bull trader in a down market. A lot of times people will hear that, oh, you can profit on the way down, blah blah blah, and they're thinking of just shorting stocks. That's not really the only way to be able to profit in the down market. Okay, so I'm gonna go into details on that a little bit more for you guys. I didn't really see too much, details on it online um, from other, I guess, experts or gurus, anything like that. So I'm gonna do that video just for you guys, just for sticking around with me and everything like that. I try to give you guys as much good information as I can. So the more you know, the merrier. Help you become a better trader. That's the goal. The better you can trade, the more happier I am. Because whether you trade or not, I'm still gonna trade. So um, let's take a look at this video, guys. We'll recap it real quick. Um, Today is, not a bad day, but could be better. So take everything that you hear, put it to use as much as you can to become profitable. All right. So you guys, do me a favor when you're done looking at the video, like it, comment below if you have any questions in the video, because I can answer those right away. It goes directly to me. I'm gonna get to it as quickly as I can. I've been running around all day, which is why I couldn't stream live today, but got more time going forward. We ain't missed much anyway, so it's fine. Yeah, so do that for me. Do that favor for me. Like it, comment below. I'll get to you right away. For those guys that are in the chat room, you can directly message me. Try not to bother the admins too much. They're so busy focusing on stuff in this red market, and I'm still showing them some things too. But yeah, let me know any questions you have. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it.
All right, guys, what's going on? It's Eric here. I'm gonna go ahead and jump into this recap of this trade here for you guys today, and to touch on a few more things for you, those of you who are subscribed and everything, so we can kind of learn a little bit more for today. And this one's gonna be a pretty good one. You guys know I don't like to bother you too much with recap videos, stuff being repetitive and things like that. So, whenever I got some good insight I want to give you guys, I'm gonna put out a video for it. This was gonna be good for you here, just to kind of, show you how you still profit in a down market by being a bull. Because not many traders who are, new to this know this stuff. So this one is gonna be a good one here for you guys. Okay. Um, First and foremost, let's just kind of touch on the outlook of the market. And it's today pretty good. I mean, the market bounced back from this, long correction that we had. Um, Actually, that's kind of a new record of the bounce back that it's had since, I don't think I don't think the market's ever recovered that much since, in a correction. So that's good. Good news. However, me personally, I don't think we're out of the clear yet. I think some more downtrend is coming, um, at least until the beginning of February. But, we'll see. Hopefully not. Hope the market runs some more so we can get some more money. Today was a very conservative trade for me. Only made $100. Um, And I'm gonna show you why, because the way the market was, I wasn't gonna risk it. And coming off of the history that we've had these last couple of days, I played it smart. So I've seen other traders lose tens, twenties, thousands of dollars today trying to play the market, and some of them has been your favorite gurus. um, Guys, that's not the way. That's not the way to trade. Okay, trust me. People that are experienced traders and traders that are almost they're not doing some of that crazy stuff you guys be seeing. Okay, um, and you as a new trader probably shouldn't be doing that either. But anyways, I mean, to each his own, right? Some of your gurus make money off of you guys enough that they don't need to be worrying about losing that much money. Sad. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into my trade and touch on it. So EXTN, and I'll post it for you guys at the end of once we're done here. But EXTN was my only trade for the day. Traded it during pre-market, using Webull because market was trash. Some of you might have seen that, I think it was BTSD that had jumped up pre-market big time. Obvious pump and dump. And if you guys follow, that one rule that I tell you, if you're new to trading, when I say let the stock show you whether or not it's going to be a legit runner or not, you would have saved yourself, I don't know, countless money. Um, I mean, I'm glad it wasn't alerted when it happened, but because if you guys would have been chasing that, you'd have been totally screwed. So good thing it didn't go off, and even if it did go off, you as a trader should know, hey, what I should be doing to trade this thing correctly. All right, and let's pull that up here real quick, so you guys know what I'm talking about. Just for those of you who don't know what the heck I'm talking about. Was it this one or was it the others? This thing ran to like 20. Yeah, it was this. It was BTBD. This thing jumped all the way up to like, it was up like 300% in pre-market. I don't know what happened. I didn't check the news on it. Frankly, I didn't care. You guys know me. The news, any notation of something coming out is just a catalyst to me. But anyways, this thing jumped ridiculously, pulled all the way up, and provided if you were paying attention to this during pre-market, you saw it go all the way up and then it came right all the way back down. Had you do what I tell you guys to do, not chase in this moment, let the moving averages come back down and see where they're at in the lowest point, you would have been like, man, this thing is dropping like crazy. And you would have, you know what, stayed out of it because it never gave you any other type of, you know, pattern. There's no price action pattern here at all. There's no cup and handle. I mean, there's no ascending triangle. There's no flag. There's nothing here. So you would have left that alone like I did. You should have. All right. It tried to pop up here and then it pulled right back down. So other than that, the rest of the day, it just flatlined and dropped back down. So what causes something like this? I'm gonna be, frank with you guys. I don't know it. So it could be a number of different things. I don't know why orders would get executed like that, but it could be a plethora of things. Okay, but anyways, that's just what I wanted to touch on with you guys. Hopefully you didn't trade that. Hopefully you got to use that as a learning experience and understand why I tell you guys all the time, wait for the market to show you what is, wait for the stock to show you what it's going to do in the market. Point blank period. This did that. Okay, now let's get back into my trade. EXTN went off. Did we get an alert about it? I think we did. And the rest of you guys that are in the, in the group and stuff like that, we're going to touch on those swing trades that I was talking about here in a second. So EXTN, yeah, we got notification at pre-market high at 480. Had some news coming out, blah, blah, blah. Great. Okay, perfect. So I pull the stock up, I look at it. It ran all the way up to like 490 something at one point, right? Here is the tricky part. So obviously I did what I just preached to you guys. I wait for it to pull back to see if it forms anything, right? Now this one, I'm not gonna lie, this stock kind of got on my nerves because it took so long to play out. Here it is, trying to form a cup and handle, correct? You know that. Normally, if it's gonna break out and run, it's gonna break out and run. I was looking at level 2, looking at the price action, not much going on. Kept in mind the fact that we're close to 5 o'clock, so this is gonna happen. This candle right here is gonna happen. 5 o'clock, brokerages are open, orders are getting executed, it's going to flash green, red, green, red, green, red. You're going to freak out. Let it play out. Anyways, cup and handle broke out here. So I was like, okay, trying to beat the market. I'm going to go ahead and jump in. Trying to time the market. This is why you don't try to time the market. So, I mean, this was a good trade because, you know, I figured my stop loss wouldn't get hit due to these candles right here. Pressure was still being pushed up, but the thing is, it just didn't run where I wanted to. So I got in at a decent location. I could have gotten better. I got filled in at like 479. I was trying to get filled in at 480, thinking that the stock would run to maybe 515-ish, 530, and I would call it quits just to test it out because of the fact that we're coming off a red market and I'm doing a bullish trade. Makes sense. Don't put your eggs in all in one basket. Don't try to, grab you know, the tops and the bottoms. You want to get the meter to move. So, a couple of cents here and there is perfectly fine. From 480 to 515, that's not a bad movement, especially if I'm going in with 500 shares, right? So, anyways, I get in, pulls back, pulls back. I'm filled up, pulls back. It's still holding support here, and that's fine. I'm a little cautious because of the fact that even though this thing squeezed up a little bit, guess what? It did not run like I expected, but it was still holding its own. Now it's at the point to where it's starting to come back down on the moving average. Everything is red, so I know I'm either at a good consistent bottom or this thing is going to drop some more. What kind of worried me here a little bit was the fact that the moving average was trying to turn green, but it never did. But it was still kind of holding its own. With this breakout not happening, I figured here VWAP strategy would be the best for me. And for those of you who know how to do that, understand how this works. And so it pretty much did. So pretty much held its own until it came right back here in the pop-up. And I could tell easily by looking at level 2, you don't even need to, look at the candles. You can see the orders coming through in the level book that, hey, not enough buy orders are coming in. Everything's kind of balanced out. It's not a momentum trade for me, so I'm going to go ahead and get out. So I waited for it to pull back up here at like, close to around like 610 area, and I pretty much got out right here. Around 505 I got filled. So wasn't too bad of a trade. But again, I'm glad I got out when I did. At least I got some profit because the stock didn't run. And of course, I'm not going to hold it during the opening bell. Why? Because we're coming off of a market correction. Everything is red. I'm expecting it to be red throughout the whole entire day. So it makes no sense for me to hold into the bell. I'm either going to cut my loss here if I didn't get filled, or I'm going to try to break even or get as close to a little bit of a profit as I can based on the price action that's shown in level 2. That's the whole thought process and everything behind that. So I managed to bank out with, $100. Not too bad. Um, so pretty much at that point, when everything was curling up here, I got out. And that was probably the only, only thing I could really see throughout the day. I told you guys I was looking at a few other ones. Um, but it wasn't really nothing planning out to fit my trading strategy. So pretty much just let the day end it. And I'm glad I did because look at this. This thing didn't really do much. Tried to struggle, during the day, but it just didn't break out. Nothing did. At the end of the day, though, the market did turn green, which is good. Hopefully that momentum carries over into tomorrow. I'm predicting that it's going to carry over into tomorrow, maybe a little bit in pre-market, then pull back some more. That's just my thoughts. I'll go over why later on for you guys that are in the group chat and stuff like that. But until just understand that's just what I'm thinking. Hope not, but that's just what I'm thinking. So that was pretty much my one trade for today here, guys. Hopefully kind of getting this insight. You understand that the market is going to dictate your trades. Okay, you need to be able to adapt your trading style in the market and understand that when you don't see something there, it's okay to cut it loose. It really is. And yeah, you might be wrong and it might turn back on you. Kind of like how the whole market just turned green on everybody all of a sudden. People were down thousands of dollars and all of a sudden it turned green. And a lot of them are thinking, oh, I'm the greatest trader ever. No, you got lucky. You had no plan, and that a lot of you guys I've seen, you were just holding on in hope, and happened to be the hope happened. But that's not going to keep you in the market. Okay. So understand that, the market overall can't prevent stocks from running that want to break out because this was good news, good catalyst, had good support. But the fear in the market is not going to cause a lot of buyers to want to buy. And those that are going to buy conservatively. Whether small caps, large caps, all those. That's just how it is, especially in a correction period like this. All right. So understand that. And that's pretty much it for the recap of the trade. All right. For those of you guys who are still in the chat room, take a look at the swing trades. Let's take a look at this. Let's pull this up together. Because this thing, if you jumped in this, you probably banking right now. I kind of missed out on this one. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't paying attention to it. I should have because I put it there for you guys. It was easy to kind of predict. So let's just take a look at this. So I told you guys this week I was going to be looking at a few ETFs. The ones that I was looking at in particular are based on the market conditions. Now, if you're new to the market, I usually tell people, trading indexes and ETFs are a good idea because it kind of helps you overall understand the broader spectrum of the market and get used to being able to plot technical analysis and things like that. It's really good to start out before you get into trying to trade, in particular stocks themselves because you're not familiar with how stocks work, or you're not familiar with a particular stock and how it works. An ETF or an index fund might be good for you to trade because that's doing the overall market, and you're kind of just limiting your risk, whereas one stock can easily trip you up, but a bunch of stocks collectively can easily move more in your direction. Hopefully that makes sense. If not, we'll talk about it later. But anyways, so UVXY and SOX. So the VIX short-term futures. I was expecting this one to continue to rise, provided that the market kept falling. So this right here, guys, is what's called a reverse ETF, which means that when the market is doing bad, this particular ETF is going to go up. Okay, the VIX is the indicator that a lot of traders use to measure sentiment in the market. The higher the VIX goes, the more fear there is in the market, and people think, the world's going to end. This UVXY profits off of that. So kind of look at it like that. The more the market drops, the higher this goes for me. So that's kind of the best way to look at it. So this is one good way. Looking at reverse ETFs is a really good way to profit in a down market because you already know that the market sentiment. And it'd be much more easier for you to get out if it seems like it starts to turn, good again. The better the market does, the worse this ETF does. So anyways, that's why I was looking at that one. And this thing, we'll look at UVXY in a second here, and then SOXS. It's a semiconductor ETF. I figured, the way that the semiconductors have been going in the market, the shortages and stuff like that, I'll be able to easily profit here. As you can see, I put like my stop loss to be like 350. I wanted to get back in the $4.40 range and profit to $5. Just a little cents to the dollar to see how how much I can grab. But let's go ahead and take a look at these together. UVXY. Man, oh man, oh man. So I was wanting it to pull back to the $16.50 area, and I said I was going to long into 19 and 20, provided the market kept falling, right? Let's zoom in. Let's zoom in. Because look at that. Guys, this thing was like right here at the bottom when it freaking opened in pre-market. I was too distracted. I'm not gonna lie. So the reason why I was distracted, honestly, today, and the reason we didn't, live stream like that because I was busy. I was running around trying to take care of some of my Airbnb properties. So I've been kind of like bouncing around through the city all day. I really didn't have time to focus as much as I wanted to in the market. My mind was elsewhere, and this is what a lot of people don't realize, that psychology plays into a lot of, your success in the market, because if your mind is preoccupied with a lot of things, you're not going to be focused on what's going on. And for me, I know I had a list of things to do today. It's Monday, and I'm like, man, the market's already tanking, so I'm focusing on other, revenue generating activities like my properties and stuff like that. So I'm more focused on that today. But You know, with the swing trades, no excuse. With the swing trades, I'm supposed to be setting, I tell you guys all the time too, set alerts to, or limit orders to where you want it to be at, and, you know, let the stock play out. Had I done that with my dumb self, look at this. This thing went to $22 at its peak, guys. What? From 1650 to 22. Did I blow that or what? But anyways, I hope you guys listen to the, you got on the watch list, you paid attention to it, banked on it. That was basically a day trade, honestly, a free day trade for you. Um, you're done for the week at that point. But let's take a look at SOX. And let me go back real quick here, guys, because I want you to understand how this works. So, and this is, oops, UVXY. So, again, remember this right here is based off the volatility index, the VIX, which is based off what? Sentiment in the market. As people get afraid, with this being a reverse ETF, which means it's going to do the opposite. So as markets go bad, this stock will go good. This ETF will go good. Vice versa. And it played out exactly how it did in the market. The market was red all day. I mean, you see it in the chat. We're talking about, we were talking, hey, there's nothing going on. There's no movement, blah, blah, blah. As it was nothing happening throughout the day, this stock just kept rising and rising. The VIX kept going up, and so did this. But towards the end of the day, like towards power hour, and as markets started coming, the market started going up and getting better and bouncing back. And what happens? This one starts going down. So I just want to kind of show you guys, illustrate that to you, how this one works. This is a great gauge of not this particular ETF. I mean, just the VIX in general, guys. It's just a great way to gauge the market. And you might sometimes see people talk about the SPY, or other, the Russell, or whatever else they might use, Nasdaq, to gauge market, sentiment, and how it pretty much is going. You just want to make sure that your stuff that you're doing is kind of aligned. So this one's based off the VIX. Obviously, I'm gonna look at the VIX, and with everyone chattering, "Oh, market's crashing," blah blah blah. Okay, I'm gonna go find something to profit off of. Pretty simple. So that's kind of how this one went. Just wanted to break that down for you guys. Now let's take a look at SOXS. Semiconductors. This ETF did the same thing. Don't they look quite identical? It's almost like I know what I'm talking about, right? Anyways, yeah, so pretty much, what did I say with this one? I wanted to pull back to 440 and try to get out at 5, right? This thing ran a freaking 570. And did it go down to 540? It didn't quite go down to 540, but now that the market has switched over, if you haven't gotten into this trade yet, I'm debating if I'm still going to try to take it. Depending on how the market goes tomorrow will be very key. The market's down tomorrow, I'm gonna still look to do that trade, because you gotta understand that eventually it does have to bounce back. This swing, I mean, technically the swing has already played out. Not gonna lie to you guys, it's here, it's done. However, you're in another position where it can happen again, based on the market sentiment. So markets ended up, it's kind of giving you like a bounce play, really. If the market comes back down again tomorrow, honestly, I would probably want to get into it. However, I may change my target exits, depending on how long I want to hold these ETFs. So just understand that. Instead of trying to shoot for the moon, I might aim for a star. Depends. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it, guys. I mean, just wanted to kind of recap the swing trades for you, my one-day trade. And I got to get to this watch list so I can put out for you guys. I got to get to work. Sorry guys, it took so long. Sorry I couldn't live stream. I'm gonna try to do it tomorrow for you guys in the group, and we can trade together. Hopefully the market's moving and we can see what's going on, and I can kind of walk you guys through some stuff if I do take a trade. Okay, so other than that, got some more courses coming out for you, more free courses coming out. I'm just working on those too. There's a lot going on, but I haven't forgot about you guys. Stay locked in, stay tuned. If you guys aren't subscribed to the channel, definitely would want to, because I got more stuff coming out for you. And for those of you guys in the Facebook group, we got some good things coming. But anyways, that's it. I mean, that's today in a nutshell. It's Monday. We just getting the week started. Guys, if you have any questions, message me, comment below on the video. I can see it. It goes straight to my phone. Those of you that are in the group, you can directly message me. Even if you have any questions, you just want some ideas on something, let me know. I got to get back to one of my other properties before the sun goes down and take care of some other stuff. And yeah, we will get back at this again later on today. Not today, I'm sorry, later on tomorrow, and keep it going. All right. So until then, guys, y'all stay green.